I'm Victoria Fabo from Anderson Nutrition Services. Today I wanted to do a breakfast item or something you could just bring to work and have for lunch as well. We're going to be working on frittata to go. So I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands and we'll get started. Best to wash your hands for 20 seconds each time throughout the process of cooking, okay? Let's just get some paper towels and then I'll turn off the faucet. So first with our quiche, we're gonna saute garlic and onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop off a few cloves that we're gonna use and I'm gonna mince them up. So always make sure where your fingers are. You never want your fingers out and exposed. You always want to make sure that your knuckles are flat against the knife. So I always cut off one end and then I peel it back so that it's easier to get the garlic shells off. So you peel it back again. Ooh, got two in that one. You can smush them down, release some of those juices. So when you ever cook garlic, the more surface area you have available, the more flavors come out. So that's why most things have minced garlic. Another way to get more surface area out from the garlic and release the oils is by squishing it down. So you keep your fingers firm on the knife and you press down and you go in a back and forth motion like that. So you can see that the oils are coming out now. So this is great. Another way you could do it, you could add salt to the garlic and that will help get the flavors out more. I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick after cutting the garlic. All right, so I'm just gonna put the oven on a medium to low heat. I'm gonna put in a little bit of olive oil right now. All right, just a little bit, not too much. So as that's going, we'll cut our onion. I'm just gonna put the garlic on a separate plate right now. All right, just taking a quarter of the onion off. So when you cut an onion, you can go ahead and cut in rows first and then switch the other way and go ahead and do a different row. For me, any vegetables that I cut or give it a little rough chop so it gets smaller. As I start to fry. Now when you make a frittata, you can either use a red onion, yellow onion, garlic. You can use any pepper, any vegetables that you have left over in the fridge, left over from the week. Go ahead and put it in. Do any cheese you want. Alrighty. Let's get this a little smaller as I start crying completely. Go ahead and put some garlic in the stove right now. So you can see that the oil is ready to go. It's moving really quick. I'm gonna turn it down a little. I let it go for too long. Ah, that's a good noise to hear when it sizzles like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move it around a little. I love the smell of onion the smell of garlic on the stove, onion. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and put the onion in as well. I like to put in the garlic first to get it going. I know it's smaller and it looks littler, but the more that the garlic cooks, the better, I think. So that's that. Okay. Come on over. Sorry, you're gonna spin up well, so I'm gonna turn the heat on low now. Alright, I'm using my hand in the stove. I'm used to it. Grab a spatula. Alright. What we're going to do next is keep this on low heat with little oil, and we're going to sweat this out. So what does that mean? We're going to put a lid on top, and you can see it steaming and ready to go. So making sure it's on low. This will make the vegetables translucent and cook and sweat a lot faster. Okay. So we'll give that a few minutes. Okay, I already went ahead and pre-washed this pepper. I'm just gonna cut it up small for us. You can still use this part, okay? I'm gonna make sure I take out the seeds and the core now. Just rip it out, and then I just give it a little bang. Pull out any other seeds, give it a little, just a little tap, and the seeds come out really quick. So we're gonna go ahead and just make this a little easier to cut. So you can cut it in half. And then we're gonna do strips. Peppers are nice colored red. The more colors to the rainbow, the better. So if you want to add other vegetables that your picky eater might not enjoy, go ahead and throw it in the Robo Coop, the food processor, and go ahead and get them a little puree. They'll never know the difference. So once I did it with mushrooms, I grounded them up really, really small, and I added them to a turkey meatloaf, and my sister never knew the difference. So go ahead and try it. They won't be upset at you too much. So I hear the garlic and the onion sizzling, so I'm going to go over and give it a quick stir. Alright, so you can see already how they have become more translucent. Pretty cool. Alright, so we'll just give that a few more minutes as we finish up. I'm going to finish up these peppers. You can always add broccoli, cauliflower to the frittata. Okay. So that's done. I'm just going to throw this in the sink real quick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and crack some eggs in here. This is a great time to get the kids involved, teaching them how to crack an egg. Make sure to do it in a separate bowl so you can get the shells out if there's any. So I'm going to do about 7 eggs in here, 7 to 8. I have a big family, so the more eggs the better. Don't mind my lovely noise. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. Whenever you touch eggs, meat, or chicken, go ahead and give your hands a good scrub. Especially now with everything going on in the world, it's really great to just continually wash your hands consistently. I know it might give you a little dry skin, but if it helps stop the spread of germs and stop the spread of E. coli or anything, do the 20 seconds. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and stir the garlic and onion real quick too while we're at it. At this rate too, since I'm using dry herbs today to get the seasoning in, so you can see that's pretty nice right now. Today, because we're using dry herbs, you want to do it more in the beginning of the cooking. The steam and the heat will help the dry herbs get their oomph and get that flavor going. When you have fresh herbs, you can go ahead and do it later in the cooking. So I'm just going to go ahead and, parsley's great. To me, the more the merrier of parsley. This parsley I actually dried this summer. That's a separate process in itself. Keeping it, the parsley or, you know, basil parsley on a low heat in the oven. This is more garlic powder. To me, the more garlic powder, the better. Add a little pepper. Just add a little bit of salt, just once. Go ahead and add just a little bit of basil, not too much. It's pretty strong by itself. Just go ahead and give that a stir. You'll notice there's not too much oil. That's good. You know, extra olive oil is great. Oil is great. But you don't want anything too greasy or too oily either. We don't need to clog up our arteries. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and scramble up the eggs. I'm going to add some cheese too. So I already went ahead and poured 3/4 cups of milk, so I'm just going to go ahead and add that. I also did about a 1/2 cup of cheese. I did Mexican cheese, Mexican shredded cheese that you can put on your tacos, and then I did Parmesan cheese as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in there so you can see what it looks like in the beginning. Go ahead and you can use a spatula, a whisk, a fork, anything you like, just to get it going. You want a smooth consistency in the frittata, so sometimes using a whisk or a fork is much better. Make sure you hold the bowl too. You don't want things to get wild, or if a kid's helping you prepare things, make sure you're holding that bowl down. A little chunky still. The eggs aren't all the way scrambled. Okay, that's better. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in there. Wipe up my mess. Give me just a moment. Alright, let me just clean that up real quick. I have some vinegar on here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put some pepper in the stove, as well as put some spinach. Nice. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the heat a little. Go ahead and add the peppers. Mind you, I'm klutzy McGee over here. So I'm going to turn it on to medium heat. So you can also use frozen peppers, onions, spinach, whatever vegetable you have. If it's frozen, it's kind of quick, cheap. It's already prepared, cut up sometimes for you too. Go ahead and throw that in a quiche if you're on you need a quick something for the breakfast in the morning. Or you can cut up your own peppers, or you can use your own fresh spinach. I'm going to go ahead and dump. Now, it might look like a lot that I'm putting in, but it will shrink down to like almost nothing. And it's kind of crazy when you do that. When you do cook with frozen spinach or frozen vegetables, you will notice that the shrink factor is a little bit smaller. Not necessarily by a great amount, but it's less. So you seem like you have more volume by then. So I'm filling this all up. Remember, we did have eight eggs in there. And then we're just going to let that steam then. We're going to let that sit. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the pans. You can either do little cupcake versions, which I thought would be cute if you want the kids to like really enjoy it. You can do like little cartoon cupcake wrappers for them. These are spring, and spring's finally coming, so I figured I would do that. And I also have a pan ready to go. You can either spray it or not spray it. I haven't really found much of a difference when I use a glass pan, so it's up to you, whatever you prefer. No worries. I'm gonna go ahead and put the eggs away. So I'll see you back in just a moment. Okay, I went ahead and put away all our vegetables, and I'm just cleaning up a little bit. Clean as you go along, there won't be as many dishes later, so that's nice. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and check this, see how we're doing here. That looks good. I love the noodles too. Yeah. So we kind of like steamed and sauteed and swept the vegetables. Cooks really faster that way, I think. Alright, see how much it shrinks down? And we have this bowl, so that's what I was talking about earlier. The peppers look still a little crunchy, so that's pretty good. You can always cook them a little bit more if you'd like. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the stove now. Just be mindful where you're walking. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it into our egg mixture. You wanna be careful and move a little fast because you don't want the heated vegetables to cook your eggs. I'm just gonna put this on the stove real quick. Give it a good mix. Break up some of that spinach, make sure it goes in every bite. And then, you know, on your way out the door, you're having a little vegetable in your intake already before you start your day, so that's awesome, because you know you need at least 3 to 4 vegetable servings in your day. So this will it will help. So you can go ahead and get a scoop and pour it in. Make sure to grab those veggies. Little cute little nuggets. And you want to make sure you don't fill them all the way. You want to leave some room, about 3/4 full, okay? Otherwise you'll be having some egg soup later. Add some peppers in there too, onion, garlic. And these are also a great idea to bring if you have like a bridal shower you need to go to and you have to bring a little cute little gift or something. You can have these wrapped up and put a little decoration in. It'd be really cute. I like the idea. A little spinach to that guy. Okay. So the rest of the mixture, I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. You can go straight into this pot, in this pan. Make sure you're scraping that bowl really, really good. Get all that egg. You don't want to just waste it. All that egg and cheese, okay? Awesome. That's pretty. Give it a little stir. Make sure it's evenly distributed of spinach and everything. So I have the oven on at 425 before I start to bake. There's a reason I do that. I normally bake at 350 on the bottom stove. And I have it at 425 because when you're opening the oven and you're gonna have it open for this long, I have already had it, the temperature of the oven has dropped significantly. So I can go ahead and shut the oven. And fingers crossed, it'll be at the right temperature of like 350, 375. So I'm gonna keep it at 370. And that will cook for about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on how low of a temperature you have it on. So see, it's already at the proper temperature, so that's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and let that bake for a while, and I'll be right back. Thanks. Okay, so they just came out of the oven, and I wanna transfer them as quickly as I can to the plate so that they'll stop cooking. You don't want them dry. All right, awesome. So watch your fingers, they may a little be hot. Oh, these guys are so cute. I'm super excited. I hope you enjoy this recipe from Anderson Nutrition Services, and feel free to email me at any time. I look forward to your questions. Thank you. Bye.